Welcome guys to my next expedition, my next trip to Sandhurst Lake. Beautiful, gorgeous morning today. Well, all morning's been beautiful. Now, I've had a bit of a walk round, but they were doing a netting on here. What they do, Nick the owner, every year he has a netting, just to see how the fish are getting on, and to tag them with a little microchip. You know, like you do with a dog, you microchip a dog and that. So he tags them, cleans them up, has a look, you know, takes out any silverfish, any bream, anything like that. And just, you know, just to see how the fish are doing really, the stockies and things like that he's put in. So they've done it all over the lake with the nets. They've been out there, the lads, all the guys from Sparsholt College, been out there doing a great job. And luckily enough, I've got a little bit of film of it, so you'll probably, as I'm speaking, you're seeing a bit of it, what they've been doing to some of the fish and tagging them and everything like that. So that's died down. It's about 4 o'clock. It's about an hour and a half before it gets dark. It's very busy as well. There's quite a few people on all the main swims. Carp, number 11, which has been smashing it up recently. There's been quite a few fish out of there. The 2 island swims, the pipe swim as well, where I was last week. That's full up as well. So I thought I'd come down this end. I've been meaning to come down this end, down in the Bailiffs Swim. This end, because they've got to turn up here sooner or later in numbers, and I think there was a couple out over the weekend from this swim. Beautiful swim, probably one of my most favourite on the lake. Let's have a little look out there, so you can see. I'll give you a little pan view out there, and the areas out here are probably about 60 yards out towards number 11, 12 and 13 swims. There's a little trench out there. There's a nice trench, a nice silt trench, weed behind it, weed in front of it, about 6-7 foot deep, so it's a real nice feeding area. You know, it's been a feeding area out there for bloody 25 years since they put the fish in here. That's always been a good area up here, and it's been left alone recently because no one's been seeing them up here. But as I say, I think there was a couple out the weekend, so sort of a bit of fate really. All the other swims are full up, they're producing fish, and I thought I'd come in here, so I've got a good feeling about it, feel confident. Been blanking recently, as you've seen on my vlog, so I'm in need of a fish. I've just stuck 2 rods out, the 60 yard, found that trench, and with the old faithful here, the old faithful. There we go, look. The old multi-rig, Johnny Mac rig. 3 ounce lead, because I'm only fishing 60 yards. So I've taken off the 4 ounce leads and put the 3 ounce on. I only use enough lead to get me to the spot. Probably 2.5 would have been better as well. You've got him in there and all, look. He's tucked away in there, the old carp dog. He's with me this week as well for a couple of nights. So yeah, I'm going to put them out, and I'm going to spot a little bit of gear out there. A little bit of mix that I usually use with me chili hemp and little flecks of maize in there. Fish those white System X pop-ups over the top. You know, it's done me well, as well as bottom baits. I mean, if I'm honest, I don't think it matters in here. If they're on you, you find the right spot. It's like any fishing. It's more difficult to use a bait that doesn't work. But, you know, so that's where we're at. I'm going to get this last rod out. I'm going to do about 5 spots, I think. About 5 spots over each, just to see how we go. Spring's definitely in the air. You know, it's beginning of March. You know, this is the time when they start to wake up and a few start to come out of all lakes all over the country. These first couple of weeks of March always been good to me. So here we are, we're at Sandhurst, we're in a Bailiff Swim, got a 48-hour session with me and a carp dog, and we're going to see what happens. So morning, it's just before 6 o'clock. What a sunrise this is. Look at that, look how beautiful that is. That's why we go, isn't it? That's why we go fishing. That's why we go fishing, for sunrises like that. Not like happened last night, but I'm sure I heard a couple. Show out there, so that's why I'm up early. Always get up early. It's the best time to see anything show, especially this time of year and coming into spring. It's the best time. It's looking rather nice out there. What a sunrise, eh? Look at that. So we'll leave the rods out to about midday. See what happens. I'm not going to put no more bait out if I don't have a bite, and we're just going to watch, and that's all you can do, is just watch and see if you see any bubbling or any shows or anything like that. Yeah, look, he's out this morning, look. He's actually got out of his pit. Got out of his pit, look. On patrol, isn't he? Look, have a little sniff about, see what's about. Patrol. Kettle's boiling. Kettle's boiling in now. We're gonna have a nice cup of tea. Nothing like the first cup of tea in the morning to warm you up. We're gonna hold that and we're gonna watch and see what happens this morning. Hopefully we'll see one. Well, you never know, might even get a bite. It's looking good. I had a couple of little liners last night as well, so things are things could be happening. Things could be happening. Let's hope so anyway. I'll speak to you soon. Oh, look at that. Look at that sunshine out there, look. Sun is out. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful day. What an absolute beautiful day it is today. Sun's out. Feels like summer. Spring is definitely round the corner. It's not long now. I mean, I think it's what, the 7th of March, 6th of March, something like that. It's beautiful. You know, them fish will be on a proper munch soon. Look, they've even got him in there sunbathing himself. Look at him, look. They've got him having a little sunbathe in there, look. There he is. There's the old carp dog, sunbathing himself. Little sod, barking at everyone as they walk past. But he's only doing his job, I suppose. He's only doing his job. Let's sort that out so you've got a bit more brightness. The sun's gone behind a cloud now. Right, where are we? What's happening? What's going on? Well, we'll see a couple of fish this morning. There's quite a few showing out there to my left, but nothing was happening. A few bubblers out there, but I didn't actually have me bait in that area, so I actually had a rechuck. I had a little rechuck out there with left hand rod. Out towards the left, I'll show you out towards there. Out towards here. The other two rods are over there. But I chucked it out, felt it down, felt a little bit deeper than normal, and I got a proper nice hard donk just in the area. I foamed it up, a little bit of foam, always foam everything up, so everything's balanced just properly, and the hook point's not going to come into contact with anything. But it wasn't to be. A few bubbling around it. They sort of come back after I'd cast. There's a few bubbling around the area, but I think I left it a bit too late. Sat on my hands and thought I might get a bite on one of the other rods. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's looking rather good. I'm seeing fish, they're fizzing up, so I'm going to have at least one, maybe two rods over to the left tonight. But that's where they've been fizzing and showing. So I've not seen nothing out straight in front to my right, where, you know, some nice areas out there, about 60 yards, nice deep silt, but nothing. So that's where we're at. I'm going to redo the rods in a while. What's the time now? 1:15. It doesn't get dark to about 6 now. So probably about 4 o'clock. I've left these out, apart from that one I recast, just to see if anything. Sometimes you might get a bite, you know, in the afternoon. They've been out there all night, but everyone else I've noticed has recast, respotted, put more bait out. So it pays to be different. So I've left them out there. I'm not going to put no more bait out. I might even fish to the left, one of those rods. Well, if I put two out there, I'm going to fish the singles. Because no one else has had anything as far as I'm aware. Guy in Pipes might have lost one yesterday or last night, but apart from that, nothing. So that's where we're at. That is where we're at. It's slow but confident because I've seen fish in the area and I've got a bait on one of them. So we'll see what happens. It's about to get the third rod out. I'm just going to run you through. Me what I'm using. You see there, nice dumpy type lead. You know, it's based on the Roger and Kerry lead. That nice sort of greeny, light green coating. Because this time of year, early March, it's sort of, you get the shoots starting to come up, and that's and it sort of blends in. Where it makes a difference, it makes a difference to me, and it makes my confidence. It pushes my confidence up. So all these little percentages of confidence helps you catch fish. It's about 10 inches of jelly wire there, PB Products jelly wire. If you notice, I don't know if you see that. I don't know if you see that there. I'll see if I can get a bit closer, but I'm not sure that you can. there's a tiny little bit of tungsten putty there, just below the lead. Now by doing that, that helps you. That helps with anti-tangle. I don't know why, but that little bit of putty there, rather than further down the hook link, really does help. It causes less tangles. Not that this rig tangles anyway. Couple of split shot on there, and it just feathers it down nicely. A outturned eye hook there, you know, like a choddy type hook, and a nice, what's that, 14mm, 15mm System-X washed out white pop up. So the only last thing to do there is to add a little bit of foam. Always add a bit of foam to it. Always. What that does, like, that holds the pop up in place and makes sure, even though it doesn't, or very rarely it does slip, the D on the back of the hook slips. It doesn't. The next bit of foam is going to keep it there, and also it gives you a sight. If you're putting boilies out of a catapult or throwing stick or whatever you're doing, putting bait out there, then it gives you a sight. What happens is that PVA nugget, that melts, and then that just drops slowly, stretching out the hook link onto your spot. Even if you've got a bit of weed, that's still fishing. So that's one of my top edges. That is something as simple as that. If you do that, that will improve your catch rate. So I'm going to get this out. Got one more night. Hopefully the fish will be back out there. I've not put no more bait out. In fact, what I've done is I've actually taken my spod rod and all my bait and I put it back in the van. So I'm not tempted to put any more bait out there. So there you go, it's a rig. I'm going to get it out there, and we'll catch up soon. Hopefully with a fish, because I've been struggling like mad for the last. This will be the third outing if I don't catch one. Blanking my arse off. So, you know, about time I caught one, isn't it? But we keep on keeping on. Confidence is high, and every blank is a step closer to your next fish. So catch up with you soon, guys. Well guys, it's come that time when we've got to pack up like all of us do. I hate to pack up, don't you? I bloody hate it. Wheeling the gear back. But if you see, on a barra, I'm all ready to go. Barra's there, all ready. Carp dog, look at him, look. Barney the carp dog's ready to go home as well. And we've got the rods on the floor. Look at that, look, the rods are on the floor. Just to see if we can nick one at the very end. Rods are on the dance floor still. But it's been called that sun's bright, beautiful morning this morning, absolutely gorgeous. Spring is definitely here. You know, by the time you're watching this, it will be significantly warmer, I think, and the fish will be having it. So another blank for me. That's 3 on the trot. You know, bit disappointed, but you know, you got to keep on keeping on, as I always say. And as I always say, your next blank is closer to your next fish, isn't it? You just got to keep that confidence levels up, no matter where you go. So that's me done, guys. I'm going to reel in now. McDonald's pit stop on the way home. I think I've got one more trip down to Sandhurst before I go on to something a little bit special, which you've got to subscribe for, guys. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel, because I've got a real special couple of lakes this year. I'm fishing with some proper whackers in. The spring is on a beautiful lake, some big ones in there, and the summer and next winter is is even bigger fish, some proper whackers. So you know, subscribe for that, guys. Anyway, what have we learnt from this trip? Well, it seems at the moment the last 2 or 3 trips, they seem to be over in swim 11. They just want to be there. You know, it's been smashed. There's probably been 40 fish out in the last 3 weeks from that swim, and not a lot elsewhere. Not a lot elsewhere. It's been slow elsewhere. The odd fish now and again. You know, I see fish here, so I was on them, so I had my location right. The rigs, I'm confident in. You know, it's a rigs I've caught lots of fish out of here this winter on. But it's just not happening for me at the moment. You know, we all go through that, don't we? It just doesn't happen for long periods of time, and then suddenly it's like a switch has been switched, and you're hauling again. But I really appreciate you guys tuning into these videos, and you know, the rig ones, and you know, the real tackle reviews, unbiased tackle reviews. So it's you know, I'm gonna leave here. I won't be back anywhere for a couple of weeks. Got lots of work on, lots of family time, lots of work. Then we got the Northern Angling Show. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget, guys, subscribe down there, or it might even be down there. Press that button, and even press the little bell, and that give you all my videos and everything I release straight away. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and see you soon.